In this video, I want to talk about RCC Recruiter, the free FileMaker solution or app that you can run on your Mac or Windows computer or even on your iPhone or iPad. And this solution is designed purely for the recruitment of talent. So that's why we call it Recruiter. And on the video today, I have two people with me. I've got Margaret Carlton.
Hello.
Margaret is the actual engineer during her spare time that worked on updating RCC Recruiter to bring it up to date. We also have William Vaughn, who's one of our more technical people. Hi, William.
Hello.
So this video is just an overview of what this solution does. It's a single FileMaker solution. It's designed to work with the FileMaker 14 platform or the FileMaker 15 platform. And it provides you the ability to track open requisitions for positions that are open. It allows you to track resumes of people that you're looking at processing, so candidates, potential candidates that can come into the system. It allows you to track your action history regarding this individual and interviews and the steps in the process that allow you to make a decision as to whether they should be given an offer or not, etc. Now, Margaret, there are some improvements that you worked on bringing to the FileMaker 14-15 release, and a lot of that was some visual stuff.
Yeah, it was primarily visual. A big thing, for example, were button bars that were added as of the FileMaker 14 release. So I went back and found all the sets of buttons, for example, the buttons at the top of the screen there, like the candidates, requisitions, staff, and preferences that you see there, and made that entire button bar. A lot of the other minor visual changes were all the other buttons, like adding or deleting a record, for example, in the portal that you see there. In action history, you have the option to add or delete or see possible buttons, and all those little tiny buttons were updated across the desktop and iPad layouts. So yeah, for example, all the tiny buttons that you see here, the X's, the go to related records, those were all updated across all the possible layouts. We also added and updated, for example, the email buttons if you want to add a current date. These, we haven't changed how they work, we've simply just updated their appearance so it looks more in line with the modern appearance of FileMaker. Something that we also added, we converted it from FileMaker starting point, and we added the SMTP email option, which basically allows FileMaker to send an email to an email server without using the local email client. And this was converted from FileMaker starting point and added to both the desktop and iPad layouts, and also the information for is in preferences. So if you want to go to preferences, you have the option of either having an email client from your personal email client or having FileMaker send the emails to the email server without using your email client. And then, of course, if you choose that option, you'll have to input all the information here should you have it.
And they would get that information from their local server or IT provider, whoever that IT provider is. If you have an in-house IT person, he would be able to give you that. Otherwise, if you're just using a online service like Comcast or Rogers or AT&T, you would have that information from them. They would be able to provide you this information as well. So with this release, we also added an important technology, which is OCR, optical character recognition. And it's kind of a technology in a lot of ways that's kind of older, but it's very relevant to certain businesses. And the issue becomes is that if you have a job requisition that comes up and you're looking for someone with Windows 2012 server configuration experience, say for example, you would like to be able to go into a field and do a search, do a find and then say, Windows Server 2012, you'd put something like that on it and would find all the people who had that in their resume. Well, most people are going to give you your resumes in a Word file or a PDF or something like that. In order to make it searchable, it has to be text. So what we did is we built in the ability to drag and drop a resume on here. You can obviously open the resume and look at it, but it'd be really handy if you could OCR and extract the text out of here and have that text appear in here so then it's searchable. And that's the whole idea. So we have an online OCR service that was created by William Vaughn, who's on the call with us. Hello, William.
Yeah, Richard, when you came to me to talk about OCR, you gave me a unique set of requirements. What we do is we offer a server. So basically, you can use this by default with RCC Recruiter. It's going to limit you to one document every 5 minutes. And so if you just want to process one document a day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, that's fine. If you're interested in more than that, you can pay us a license fee, and for our monthly charge, we'll let you have access to our OCR server. And this is the benefit of not requiring you to install any software on your computer. It'll also work on iPad, and it's just a convenient way to, as Richard mentioned, take your documents, whatever it is, get the text out of it. So if you've got a resume and a cover letter, you drop them in there, you hit the OCR button, and now you can search for keywords in the text field at the bottom.
So we offer OCR as a service, and by default, once again, as William said, the RCC Recruiter is wired up to work with it, and it'll allow you to scan one document for free every 5 minutes or so. And if you want to use it more seriously, then contact us at support@rcconsulting.com, and we can hook you up for a minor monthly fee, and that allows you to send pretty much as many documents as you want to the OCR server. Now, keep in mind, if you have documents that you feel are highly classified, maybe they're not resumes per se, because resumes generally wouldn't be considered overly classified material. Maybe you have other documents that are very confidential. You can have your own OCR server set up and configured. So either you can use it as a service where you pay us monthly, or you can run your own dedicated OCR server, and then that's going to cost several $100 to set up, and then a monthly hosting fee, which would be probably less than $50 a month.
Yeah, Richard, it's a really flexible solution. We can even have the server set up to run on-site if your security requirements are that stringent. Again, we don't charge for the software. It's something that we built with open source components. We just charge for the time to get it set up for you. So if you have a more demanding or unique configuration, we can work with you to find a solution that works for your business.
And as you can see, there's a short delay as the resume is processed. So once again, the resume has been posted up to the server, and it goes through and looks at it, and the larger the document is, the longer it's going to take to OCR and to come back with the actual text. Now, you can put in here Word documents, PDFs, all sorts of documents. William, is there, off the top of your head, what file formats do we support here?
We support most major image formats, productivity documents like PowerPoint, Word, whatnot. We use actually a two-step process. We determine whether or not it's an image, and then if it's an image, we process it with one set of code, and if it's a text document, we process it with a separate set of code. I think you covered this, Richard, but if you've got a scanned document that's 12 pages long, our service will process it. It's just going to take a while because processing from scans means that we're actually, an electronic eyeball is looking at each pixel and trying to analyze it, and that's more involved than just scraping the text out of a Word document.
So that's RCC Recruiter. It's available at rccrecruiter.com. It's a free download. And so feel free to check it out and play with it, and we'll see you in the next video.